Greetings to all. Welcome to a new video where we delve into the fascinating and sometimes eerie world of technology. Today we're setting our sights on a part of the internet that remains largely unexplored by the average user, the dark web. This is a realm that isn't indexed by our everyday search engines and requires special software to access. A place shrouded in mystery and intrigue. So are you ready to uncover the mysteries of the dark web? To start, let's demystify what the dark web really is. Picture the internet as an iceberg. The tip of the iceberg, the part we see and interact with daily, is the surface web. It's the home of your social media sites, news outlets, and everything else you can find via a Google search. But beneath the surface, in the massive, unseen bulk of the iceberg, that's where you'll find the dark web. The dark web is a part of the internet that is intentionally hidden and is not indexed by traditional search engines. This means you won't stumble upon it while browsing, or be able to access it through a conventional web browser. It's like a hidden room in a vast mansion, accessible only with the right keys. These keys, in the digital world, are special software tools. The most common of these is known as Tor, originally an acronym for the Onion Router. This software allows users to access the dark web while maintaining their anonymity. Tor works by bouncing your connection through several servers around the world, effectively peeling the layers of the onion, hence the name. Each layer adds a level of encryption and obfuscation, making it difficult for anyone to trace the origin of the connection or the destination. But why would such a place exist, you may wonder? The dark web is not inherently nefarious. It provides a platform for those seeking privacy and freedom from surveillance, such as journalists reporting from oppressive regimes or whistleblowers revealing corporate or governmental malfeasance. However, it's also a haven for illicit activities, from illegal drug trading to cybercrime, due to the anonymity it provides. It's a place where laws are hard to enforce and identities are hidden in shadows. In essence, the dark web is like an uncharted territory in the vast ocean of the internet. It's a realm of secrecy and anonymity, where the norms of the surface web don't apply, and where, for better or worse, the unseen depths of human activity play out. Now that we have an idea of what the dark web is, the question arises, why does it exist? The dark web at its core exists as a platform for privacy and freedom. In an era where our every click, like, and share is tracked, the dark web offers an oasis of anonymity. It's a place where whistleblowers can share sensitive information without fear of retribution, where political dissidents can communicate without censorship, and where ordinary citizens can reclaim their digital privacy. However, the dark web's commitment to anonymity and lack of regulation also make it a fertile ground for illegal activities. It's a marketplace for everything that can't be sold openly, from drugs and weapons to stolen data and counterfeit money. It's a meeting place for hackers, a playground for cybercriminals, and a refuge for those looking to evade the law. In essence, the dark web is like a tool. Just as a hammer can be used to build a house or break a window, the dark web can be used for good or ill. Its existence is not inherently bad. It's how people choose to use it that matters. The dark web, therefore, is a reflection of the wider world, a microcosm of the best and worst of human nature. It's a place of contrasts where the pursuit of freedom coexists with the shadow of crime. As you can see, the dark web is a double-edged sword, providing anonymity and privacy, but also a haven for illicit activities. With such a mysterious nature, the dark web is often surrounded by a cloud of myths and misconceptions. One of the most common misconceptions is the belief that the dark web is solely a breeding ground for illegal activities, a haven for criminals and those with nefarious intentions. However, that's far from the complete truth. Yes, the dark web does host some shady activities, but it is not exclusively so. Much like the surface web, the dark web is also used for legitimate purposes. It offers a platform for whistleblowers to share sensitive information, journalists to communicate securely with sources, and for individuals living under oppressive regimes to access censored content. Another myth that often circulates is that using the dark web is inherently dangerous. This notion stems from the fact that the dark web is anonymous, thus fostering a sense of unease and fear. However, if you're not engaging in illegal activities or visiting dubious websites, your chances of running into trouble are relatively low. It's much like walking through a city at night. As long as you stick to the well-lit areas and avoid the back alleys, you'll be just fine. There's also a belief that everything on the dark web is hidden and cannot be found. In reality, while it's true that sites on the dark web are not indexed by traditional search engines, they are not completely invisible. There are search engines designed specifically for the dark web, and many sites are listed on directories, much like a digital phone book. Lastly, it's a misconception that the dark web is massive, dwarfing the surface web. The truth is, it's actually quite small in comparison. The dark web makes up just a tiny fraction of the internet. The vast majority of online content is on the surface web we use every day. So, while the dark web can be a murky place, it's not inherently evil or dangerous. It's much like any tool, it's how it's used that defines its nature. And as with any journey into the unknown, caution and awareness are your best guides. Before we wrap up, let's quickly summarize what we've learned today. The dark web, a term that often instills a sense of mystery and fear, is simply a part of the internet that isn't indexed by search engines. It's like the hidden alleyways of a bustling city where conventional routes don't quite reach. Its existence is not inherently evil, rather, it serves a purpose. The dark web provides a platform for privacy-focused individuals and groups. It's a haven for those who wish to communicate without being tracked or monitored. Like journalists working under oppressive regimes or whistleblowers exposing corporate wrongdoings. It's a tool, and like any tool, it can be used for both good and ill. However, the dark web has been shrouded in myths and misconceptions. It's often depicted as a playground for criminals, fostering illicit activities. While it's true that the dark web can be used for illegal purposes, it's important to remember that it's only a fraction of its total usage. Moreover, there's a common misconception that the dark web is a lawless zone, completely out of the reach of authorities. This couldn't be further from the truth. Law enforcement agencies worldwide are increasingly skilled at tracking down illicit activities on the dark web. It's also worth noting that simply accessing the dark web isn't illegal. It's what you do there that can land you in hot water. So, if you ever find yourself curious to explore this part of the internet, it's crucial to arm yourself with knowledge and take necessary precautions. And remember, the dark web is just another part of the internet with its own pros and cons. Stay curious, stay informed, and as always, stay safe on